Thank you, Mike, and welcome to the Middle Spoon for the cocktail portion of Whisky Ace. Today we're going to be making a classic Manhattan cocktail. So, first of all, we're just going to take a look over here at the whiskey that we're going to be using. As Mike mentioned, he was able to find a 100% rye grain whiskey in the NSLC. Unfortunately, we were using the Rittenhouse rye whiskey, which is out of Pennsylvania. It's a 100 proof whiskey. But unfortunately we're not going to be able to use that anymore. So we found an alternative, a little bit lower alcohol content, but very smooth nonetheless. So the Manhattan cocktail was seen publication around the early to mid 1800s. There's a bunch of stories surrounding this cocktail, but we're not going to get too in depth with that. That's another story for another time. We're going to get right into making the cocktail here. So we'll start off with a chilled mixing glass. And what we'll add to that, first of all, we're going to start with our bitters. So we've got two different types of bitters. Traditionally, we use the Angostura bitters in the Manhattan cocktail, so we're going to do 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. And I also like to add a little bit of Peychaud's bitters, which is a bitter out of New Orleans, which was first manufactured in the early 1800s, but it adds a little bit of spice and a little bit of vanilla to this cocktail. We're going to add 1 dash of Peychaud's bitters. From there, since we are using a high-proof rye, I like to add just a tiny bit of homemade vanilla simple syrup, about a bar spoon worth. Traditionally, the proportions for a Manhattan cocktail are 2 to 1, so you can either do 2 ounces of rye, 1 ounce of Italian vermouth, or I like to do 1.5 to 3/4. So we're going to start off with the Italian vermouth, and we're going to add 3/4 of an ounce to our mixing glass, followed by 1.5 ounces of Alberta Premium 100% rye grain whiskey. So, from there we're going to add ice, stir our cocktail to chill it. What we're doing by stirring this cocktail instead of shaking it is really just chilling down the cocktail. We don't want too much dilution. With classic cocktails, typically you want to be able to taste a lot of the alcohol that's being added into this cocktail. So we're going to stir it for about 20 to 30 revolutions each way, just chilling down the cocktail. Again, we don't want too much dilution. From there, we're going to strain into a chilled cocktail glass. And then we're going to garnish with an in-house homemade whiskey flavored cherry. Make sure we give her a taste, make sure she tastes okay. And serve. Thank you for stopping by the Middle Spoon for the Whisky Ace cocktail section. I hope to see you again.
Thanks, Jenna. That was awesome. And there you have a Manhattan. Also, I'm quite pleased with myself. In 2010, if you check back through Whisky Ace videos, you will see that I showcased Alberta Premium as being the only commercial, anyway, rye that's 100% from Canada. While it may not be quite the same taste profile of the United States, at least we can say Canada, we have a true 100% rye. That's it from Whisky Ace. Check back in with us soon. See you later.